I love this side of my hair right now, but this, like, I don't know why. It's just like sticking out. But anyway, oh, hello. Hi, my name is Ariel, and welcome back to my little book channel. Hi, it's August. Why do I keep saying it's August? Oh, because it is August, which means it's time to do my wrap up of July books. That took a lot of mental energy to come around to. Today we are doing a review of the books that I read in July. Good? Good. Okay, so this month I read 8 books. 8 books, which honestly was more than I thought I read and what I was expecting to read. Just in the summer, I never read a lot because I feel like I have more things that I'm doing, and I don't know, just reading gets pushed aside. But this month is pretty good. 8 books, that's not bad, especially when 5 of them were physical books, which is great. So I'm just gonna go in the order that I read them, and let's talk about them. First book, starting off strong, I read Gillian, I don't know how to pronounce her name. We're gonna say Gillian Flynn's book called Dark Places. Now this, if you don't know, is the author of Gone Girl, so like very famous thriller book that I have yet to read. But I've read Sharp Objects by her and now Dark Places, and this was so good. I was not expecting it to be so good because about like a year ago I got this from a thrift store and I started reading it and I could not get through like the first 50 pages. I was like, this main character is annoying. They're talking about like devil worship and like, I don't know, anytime that a thriller like goes into the paranormal, I'm just like, because it feels like a cop-out. Like I'd much rather hear about, I don't know, a serial killer coming around town killing people than like it was actually a ghost. I don't know. So I was getting the vibes that it was gonna go into like, and it was just a ghost, but it didn't, and it was so good. I'm so glad I randomly gave it another shot. I had no plans to read this, and then I saw it on my shelf and I was like, you know what? I need a thriller. I didn't have any on my shelf at the time. Now I have literally 2 right there, but yeah. And I grabbed it and loved it. Yeah, it was great. I think I rated it like a 4-star just because I didn't like that beginning part of it, but so good. Her writing is just unmatched. So I finished the Mindfuck series this month, and I had been reading this for like a couple months. Like I was going through it very slowly, and if you don't know, this series is about this like girl serial killer who she basically is setting up like killing a bunch of men that wronged her, very badly wronged her. Like she has a reason to kill them and she's doing that, but she falls in love with an FBI agent, and so he's working her case. So there's all these layers and stuff, and it's a series and it's 5 books, but each book is like 100 pages or like 200 pages, so they're very short. So I just counted the whole series as one book because, I don't know, I wanted to make my reading goal for the year harder on myself. I don't know why I did it. And yeah, but so I finished the series this month. I have mixed feelings on it. I really didn't like the writing. I thought, I don't know, it was, I don't know how to like, the writing was not vivid at all. Like, I felt like the characters all kind of blended into one another, and the like shock value and plot was great, but like the actual writing of it felt very like elementary, I don't know, and very predictable as to what's gonna happen. But the plot was so like, I don't know, high stakes and interesting that it kept you going, even though I didn't like the writing. Overall, I feel like that's like a 3 out of 5 stars. If you can't tell, I am awful at rating books, but 3 out of 5. It kept, you know, you hanging on for the plot, but the writing did not like. Next, we have the exact opposite. Well, not exact opposite. This was just great on both fronts. Neon Gods by Katee Robert. This is so good. So good. I'm filming like a little like review of all of these in the series because I really liked this one, so I was like, let's keep vlogging them all. And so far I've only read this one, but it was so good. So basically it's a like smut retelling of Hades and Persephone, and it takes place in basically like the real world. Like, they're all humans, they're not gods, which I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of liked it because I'm not a huge fantasy person, but also I was like, I want a little lightning bolt thrown or something. It was real people, they just had the names of Hades and Persephone. It was very interesting. It was like more so like they were political figures rather than gods and goddesses, and he ruled like the lower city. So it was interesting. Her writing is just so good. And Hades, my new book boyfriend. The way this man asks for consent is so sexy. Like, yeah, but he does it in a way that, I don't know, it just feels like he's like so caring and loving, and I loved this so much. And the spicy scenes, they were spicy and very good. So yeah, loved this. Each character was very memorable. Persephone, a baddie. Like, just every part of this book was amazing. So yeah, I think I literally gave this like a 5-star, 4.5 star, something like that. I really liked it, and I'm excited to continue the series. So the next book I have is In Order to Live, A North Korean Girl's Journey to Freedom. I picked up this audiobook because I want to start reading like nonfiction and memoirs and like using my brain more. I think that'll be fun as we get into fall. If we leave dumb girl summer behind and we enter academic girl fall. So I was like, let's get started with a little memoir, and I had watched some of her videos. So this is, the memoir is written by Yeonmi Park, and she has like a YouTube channel where she discusses her life like in North Korea and her escape. and all that, and little snippets basically of this book. And I had watched some of her videos when they would like pop up on my feed, and I don't know, she was just very interesting and inspiring, and so I was like, let's read her memoir. So I got it on audiobook, and it was really like, okay, I don't know how to like say my thoughts for a memoir or nonfiction, because it's like, it's their story. I don't know, it feels weird, but it was written very captivatingly. Like, I wanted to read what was next. It was very sad, like, but in a inspirational way. Like, I was crying a lot, but I wasn't like sobbing sad tears. It was just like, dang, that is rough. I can't imagine, tear, and then it would stop, you know? Does that make sense? But yeah, it like chronicles her life in North Korea, and then coming to China, and then to South Korea, and then the US, and her story is just insane. And it's insane that that story mimics so many other people's stories, and so many other people's stories are even worse than that, and you're just like, how can these people be living on the same planet as I am? It was really good for I read it like when I was like feeling like my life is bad, and then I read that and I was like, okay, stop. Very good. I would recommend. The audiobook was divine. Next, I have this book, Leave the World Behind. Got this from the thrift store because it was $1, and I had seen it talked about, but I had only seen it talked about in a negative light. And sometimes when books are hated on so much, it makes me just want to read them even more, because I'm like, why does everyone hate this? And honestly, now after I've read it, I'm like, yeah, why does everyone hate this? I really liked it. I can see why people didn't like it, because it ends very much like abruptly and as like a cliffhanger, but I think that was the point. Like, the point was to show you how these people are dealing with this apocalyptic situation that's happening, not to show you how the apocalyptic situation is resolved. This family is staying at an Airbnb when an apocalyptic situation happens. All of the like electricity goes off, so the people that own the house come back to their house to escape the city, and they have to like live together and figure out what's going on and like deal with this apocalyptic event happening around them. I read this as like a human study, a character study on what people do, where their minds go when a dystopian like event happens. And in that way, it was very interesting, because it felt very real as to what I would do, what people around me would do in the modern world. And I have so many tabs in it because I just kept finding like things that I related to, or I was like, yeah, that would happen. And I really liked it, and it definitely made me depressed. This may have aided in the like 2-week depression that I have been going through, because I was like, I can totally see this happening, and the madness would like would unravel exactly how this went. I don't know. One of my like biggest fears is the electricity, like the electrical grid, just because I think that would be the end of the world. Like legitimately, like it just stops every process. Anyway, yeah, so I rated that like a 4-star. I don't think I rated any of these books. I've been very slacking at rating, so I'm rating them right now. I'm gonna give that a 3.5 to 4-star read because I really liked it, but I can see how others wouldn't, and also it made me very depressed, so can't be a 5-star. Next is a book that did not make me depressed at all because it was The Mistake, which is part of the Off Campus series by Elle Kennedy. And I already read The Deal, and then I took like 3 months off from reading it, and then I picked up this, and it's so good. It's like such a good like palate cleanser from reading a book that like makes you think and brings out emotions, because this just is like a fun little like college drama read, you know? Like it's just, you know, you're gonna have fun when reading this, and I very much did. I did not like Logan going into this, and now I love him. I think I like him more than Garrett. He just is so cute, and he like, I don't know, his maturity, his like character evolution in this, beautiful. The girl that he was obsessed with though, no, I don't know what was her deal. Like he wronged her a little bit at the beginning, but then like the third act like breakup was so stupid. He basically was like, he had to go clean up his like alcoholic father and like literally bathe this grown man because he had thrown up on himself and was laying in his own pee. And so then he was late to his date with her, and then he was having all these like bad thoughts of like she's gonna break up with me when I have to do this full time next year, and like just having these bad mental thoughts. And so he told her, he was like, and you know, you're probably gonna break up with me. And she like loses her mind and is like, why would you say that? You don't love me, you don't trust me, shut up. And I'm just like, ma'am, he just like told you how like he had to like clean up after his alcoholic father, and it was traumatizing, and it led him to have his first ever panic attack, and you're like, do you not love me? So I didn't know about that for her, but I liked other parts of her. I don't know, and I kind of related to her because she like blabbles on and on. But yeah, so good. I think I don't know if I liked The Deal or this one better. I kind of liked them evenly. Really great. Another 4-star. I'm very bad at rating these books. I'm just like, you get a star, you get a star. But they all left me feeling like positive. Not positive, because that one depressed me so much, but with like a positive association of the book. I wasn't like, that was a waste of time, which is good. Last physical book is Where the Crawdads Sing, and you guys know the movie came out, and look at these tabs. Like, Miss Owens had things to say, and I took note. I loved this. It was a 5-star for me. I have a vlog coming out about this, and once I like watch the movie, I'm gonna talk about that, so I'll wait to talk about it then. But great world building, love Kaya, great book. Okay, the final book that I read was very spur of the moment. I read this literally all day yesterday. Well, listen to it. So I listened to it on audiobook. So I was coming back from my boyfriend's house that's like an hour away, and I needed something to listen to, and so I put on this audiobook. And it's a thriller by none other than Lucinda Berry. I've been very much loving her books lately, and it's called The Secrets of Us. And it's about these two like foster sisters that have like grown up together, so they're basically sisters. One of them is basically wanted for murder because she had a house fire happen and her husband was trapped inside, and then he basically was like fighting for his life because she trapped him in there. And then she told the paramedics as they arrived, like, I murdered him because he's a murderer. So like a lot's happening. We don't know what the truth is. Unreliable narrators, not narrators, but like sources of information. And yeah, all of her books just like grip me. So it was only like 4 hours long. When I listened to it on like 1.8 speed, so it's like 4 hours long. So I listened to that last night because it was so good that I was like, I just keep going. And yeah, her books always end very like open-ended, and sometimes I'm fine with that, sometimes I'm not. This time I was fine with it because all of the essential questions were answered. You just kind of got to make up how the rest of their lives play out, which I was fine with. I would say probably 4-star again. Nothing bad to say about it, so it was a good way to end off my month. So those are all of the books that I read this month, and my cat is sitting right by me. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you had a good reading month in July. I'm gonna try to post like 2 times a week, like Monday and Friday. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day or night. Goodbye.